Welcome back to Across Louisiana again. So glad you were able to join us today. Our next guest is Derek Martin, and Derek is the Executive Director for the Algiers Economic Development Foundation. And Derek, your first time to be on the show. Greatly appreciate you taking time to be here. Talk about the mission of your organization and your focus and what you guys focus on.
Sure. Well, first, thank you for having me. I truly appreciate it. And as regards to our mission, I kind of like to look at it at maybe 2 or 3 different points. Don't want to bore folks exactly what the mission is, but in essence, we are an economic development organization that our core principles and our mission is to really drive investment into the community of Algiers. And that investment can come in multiple ways, from retail, from new business, and more specifically, business retention and expansion. We do realize that about 75 to 80% of new jobs are going to come from existing businesses. So it can be argued that business retention and expansion is probably one of the most critical components within economic development.
Would it be fair or unfair to say that you're kind of like a chamber of commerce in ways, or?
You know,
historically,
we have been looked at as a chamber of commerce, but what we do differently is really focus in on the growth and the health of the local businesses.
Your website is algierseconomic.com.
Correct.
Membership in the organization, all that can be found, we'll put the website on the screen, but things like membership and all that can be found on the website?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, we just launched our new website, so everything that you want to know about the organization can be found, as you mentioned, at algierseconomic.com.
Now, do y'all do things like volunteerism for community events and things like that? Or, I mean, if I'm interested in looking at volunteering for something and I want to donate some time, would that be something that you guys would be involved in?
Absolutely. We're open to that. But what happens is we have quite a few community organizations that we're tied into. And so we would redirect you probably to one of those community organizations.
Okay, well, and that's very good, because I know a lot of people, I mean, they just want, I want to do something and I need help in what I want to do. And it sounds like, from what I'm hearing, that your organization will be the perfect organization to contact, especially if I live in Algiers and I want to give back to my community. Working with you guys would be a great way to do that.
Absolutely. We have several signature events that we champion, one being the largest, which is the Wednesdays on a Point, which happens around this time. It's coming up July 9th. That's a great component where someone, if they wanted to volunteer one of the 8 weeks or maybe all of the 8 weeks, we definitely would welcome that.
Huge event.
Huge, absolutely.
How many years have you been doing that?
Well, the organization, this is going to be our 6th year. And so I can tell you, we kind of like to stop right there and just say thank you to our leading sponsors in First NBC and Southern Eagle for really allowing us to kind of continue to move forward with this opportunity.
And the crowds, I mean, I've been, and the crowds seem to get bigger and bigger and bigger every year.
Last year, the numbers was just north of 20,000 people over the 8-week period. So you're looking at anywhere between 2,000 to 3,000 people on any given Wednesday.
Oh, God. That is incredible. What about the ferries? Do y'all do anything with the ferries in Algiers?
We do. So part of what we do as economic development is a little bit of advocacy, public policy. And so we follow that closely, because the ferry is an important aspect of transportation means for folks in Algiers Point. So just recently, the RTA, led by Justin Augustine, announced in our community meeting about a week and a half ago that they're going to expand the ferry hours from 7:15 a.m. to 6 a.m. all the way to 10 p.m.
That's incredible.
And that's going to start July 21st, I believe.
Derek, they're telling me that I got to wrap this up. I just want to thank you for taking time to be on the show. Derek Martin is our Executive Director for the Algiers Economic Development Foundation. We have a couple more guests. Stay with us. We'll be right back.